I just can't figure out the world. To me, I look at the world totally, totally differently. We're just here visiting. You know, where we are today, we're just visiting. The house we live in, we're just visiting. The property we're staying on, we're just visiting. We're going to be dead. We're going to live and we're going to die. And everybody thinks mine, mine, mine. And it's not mine, mine, mine. It's everybody's, because when you're gone, the next person is somebody, so that makes them part of everybody. Car just drove by. Down here on these rocks, I'm hoping nobody will really show up. I mean, that's somebody right there. Kind of distract me and make me lose train of thought what I want to talk about. And that's not good. He's going the other way. White truck. Could be someone that works in this area. Or come down here to drink their whiskey or whatever during their lunch hour. It is kind of a peaceful place. And down below here, you got this little pillar thing all the way around the dam, so it's like the water's a little higher on this side, and then it oozes through these little tiny cracks of this pillar or whatever. I don't know if that's floating or not. And then you got the dam down about 300 or 400 feet. But it sure is nice here. So where was I? Anyway, back to talking about flat tire. And anyway, so I ran out of gas one time. I took my 5-gallon can of gas and poured it in the vehicle so I could get to Arizona. And then went on to Arizona and bought gas for $3.50, $3.75. I don't know. It was cheap. A lot cheaper than that guy in California on the borderline. So that's one time. Then the second time is I went across the street from the car wash and I ran out of gas just as the vehicle got up out of the street, right up, pulling up into a driveway. There was a tire place there, guy selling tire, and the gas station was next door. And I had maybe 40 cents on me. So I went over and put 40 cents in the gas can, hoping I could at least start it and get up away from the driveway so cars coming by could get now the tire place or anywhere they need to go in that area. And 40 cents didn't work. Then I asked the guy, I gave the guy that drinks all the time, I forgot his name now. I've written it down somewhere. Got pictures of him. So anyway, he gave me $1, his drinking money. He just had to have another beer, but he goes, okay, I'll give you $1. So he gives me $1. I go put gas in there, try to start the car again. And I think the way the vehicle was sitting at an angle, the tank was down there, and the filter that sucks it up from the fuel pump wouldn't get in there and do it. So it wouldn't start. So what I did was went over to the tire place, and from the tire place I went inside and explained to the guy who I was, what I was up to. Instantly the guy reaches into his pockets, brings out $5, hands it to me, and says, I believe you, your word is good to me. And that's something. When people really look at you and you present yourself like, hi, I'm LJ Baker, I'm traveling 50 states in 50 weeks, I'm making a documentary, I'm feeding the poor, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And you dress good. You always have to dress good. And if you don't dress good, then you don't look the part. Even though sometimes I don't dress so good, and it just, I know how to do the part, act the part. I mean, I'm trying to be sincere, and I try to let people know this is my problem, and, you know, I need a solution. So that's 2 times I ran out of gas there. Then, what else? I mean, it seems like I've ran out of gas a few times. Then recently, I'm driving in Utah there last week, and it's 34 degrees weather outside all day long. And I'm trying to get this interview with this woman, Celeste Edgar, at the road home where she's taking care of hundreds of people, and she's setting things up in another place for candy cane center or something where children can go in and pick out toys and have a really good time during Christmas. So I'm just trying to set up this interview with her. But anyway, out of gas almost, and I'm going to a pawn shop to pawn a 22 rifle I have, semi-automatic. A guy owed me money, 35, so I took the rifle, put it in the shop, got it clean, real nice. Bought a brand new clip for it, shoots 6-7 bullets. Bought a nice holster for it too. So I'm going to this pawn shop trying to sell this rifle so I can get gas money to start heading towards down Utah, driving towards Texas. And I get around this freeway, and as I start turning to go onto another freeway, I run out of gas right on this wall. And so the traffic's going to the left, and then they swing around to the right wall, and I run out of gas right there. And I get the rifle out, and I'm getting ready to start hitchhiking or walking, maybe 3 or 4 miles just to try to pawn that rifle to get the gas to come back. So I get that out, and then I realize cop comes. I have this little 22 pistol, really cute one. It's like a little Derringer, but it shoots 25 bullets, and it was used for a prop in the movies. A producer friend of mine gave it to me and told me keep it close by when I sleep, because no telling, some crazy might come in my vehicle and start pulling me out by my legs or something. Anyway, I take the rifle and the pistol, go to this brick wall, and you can step over the brick wall and you can drop 50 feet onto the pavement or whatever's down below there. And I walk along it about maybe 100 feet, and I go down this hill. And when I went down this hill, dirt hill, I dropped the pistol off and a pair of gloves and hid it in the bushes. Then I climbed over the fence and went into this construction place, city workers, whatever. Excuse me. And there they just sell diesel, or they could have gave me diesel. I took the 5-gallon can of gas with me too, the can. And they couldn't help me at all. And the boss had left for the regular gas, so I couldn't get any gas at all. So I started walking down the street, and then there's this rental place with these big pumps or big things that lift you up in the air, and you can clean high stuff in the air. And the guy out in the parking lot, I asked him if he had any gas or he was going my way, and he said no, he just came out for a smoke. And then another guy came out right after him. His name was Jake. Real nice guy, Jake. Young kid. Said he was homeless in the past. So he can kind of relate to me assisting the homeless, and maybe he felt like he owed me a favor or wanted to pay back for all the kindness people had done for him. So anyway, he said, give me your, what do you need a 1 gallon? I go, well, I got a 5-gallon can here. So he picks up my can. We go through the building. In the back there, he's got a big tank back there. No telling, it could hold 1,000 gallons of gas. So he starts filling it up, and I said, are you going to put in a gallon? He goes, no, I'll give you whatever the max is. So he fills up 5 gallons for me. Then he carries it, and we go back over the fence, up the wall, to the truck. He stands on the inside there so he didn't get hit by the traffic when it's shooting by me. Like it's only one lane, and these big old semis are shooting by me left and right. And anyway, I put in about 2 gallons because I didn't want to be standing out there with those traffic cars almost 10 feet away, if that, driving 60, 70 miles an hour around that corner. And then I tried to start it up, and I didn't realize I had the emergency blinkers on, but I think I must have had the headlights on too, because it was kind of foggy at the time. So anyway, the battery died. So Jake, I told him going back to work, because it was about maybe 3, and he gets off at 5. And I told him, why don't you call the cops and have them come by and give me a jump. If not, he could do it. So he leaves, and I sat in that car from 5, or let's say 3:30 maybe till 6:30, or probably 6:30 at least. And it got so cold. Luckily, I have my little Coleman stove, or a little heater, one burner, and I brought in a white plastic pan or container, set it on one side of the seat while I sat on the other side with blankets, and I lit it and cracked the window so I didn't die of carbon dioxide or whatever over inside there. And I sat there for 3 hours, and at 34 degrees, and it got down at probably about 32 maybe. By sun went down and stuff like that. Well, I did that, and eventually the police showed up. Asked me if I was okay, and I said, well, I could use a jump. And he said, well, you normally, their tow truck they have could come and jump me, but he didn't have jumper cables. And I said, well, I got everything in the back of the truck. So the cop flipped around in front of me, gave me a jump. There was two of them. And I got their names, even though I can't remember at the moment right now. And they went their way. I started up. I went driving. I think I went back towards town, back to, and then I thought I had, the 5-gallon can now, so I didn't need to sell a rifle yet. So I went back to probably a McDonald's, and I got on the internet and did some homework, uploading some videos, or did something there. So far that's 3 times I've ran out of gas. Oh, I forgot another 4th time. 4th time, I am driving from Oakland, California, and this homeless guy, he ended up borrowing my cell phone at Denny's and running off with it, and so I didn't have a cell phone anymore. So I'm driving from Oakland through this town called Fairfax, I forgot. Just some redneck town up there in up in Sierras, California, Sierras Mountains. And I'm driving towards Reno. And I go to this small town, and I have these checks. I got a new bank account through Bank of the West. I think they're okay. I haven't really done my research, but Bank of America stole millions of dollars from people. So